all by myself. So here I am. I'm Larry Lever, and I'm continuing where Hammers Without Handles left off. This is now called Call 911. It's the name of a new band that I'm part of, and I'm continuing with composing my songs. So let's get started. This song, dreamt it up recently, and it's an instrumental, so I'm pretty happy about it because there's not a lot of instrumentals that coming out today, and I think this is pretty cool. I think you're gonna like it. So here we go. Here's a little taste of it. And I'm not sure. My glasses are dirty. It's kind of. I'm sitting inside a front of very bright sunlight, so you can see me. Ta-da! So I'm just gonna play. I'm playing my hot rodded G&L that I play live every weekend at the Blues on White in Edmonton, and so this song here, I'm not sure what to even call it. I just dreamt it up, and I'll see if I can remember it. But I'm going to play this guitar without an amplifier, because I think this can be heard well enough by the iPhone. The iPhone. Now I got to remember it was based on what it. To me, after I came up with this riff, I thought this reminds me of a song, which usually happens. But I'm not sure what. So this song reminds me of there's an old R&B song called New Orleans, which went, oh hey hey yeah, hey yeah. You can Google New Orleans if you want to know what it sounds like. But anyways, I thought this riff I dreamt up was just hearing that song, but I listened to the song, I found out, oh, I guess it's not. It's close, and you'll see why. Oh, here we go. I'll get it. So that's the riff. Not sure of all the parts. Like I said, this is just the riff to the song, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to have any words to it. It's just going to be an instrumental, and I'm not sure. I've written some instrumentals which sound like other songs, but this instrumental I really like. And so, I don't know about you, but when I hear stuff like this, I imagine what other instruments are playing with it. And I just heard something that with a beat that that kind of maybe beat on the drums, like the snare drum, or just maybe even hand claps. But it's a really, really simple instrumental, and I've always liked instrumentals. Like, I'm a big fan of the song Wipeout. I always thought that was a cool song. was actually the first favorite song when I was born. That's the song I really like the most. So yeah, I'm gonna run through this a little bit more and let me know what you think in the comments. I'm still really new to how this works. My partner, she's not here right now. You know, Trish Lee, she's in the band, of course, and she plays bass, but she'll be here. We'll probably work on this in the next day. I just wanted to get this out there to you because I'm so excited about it. And in that turnaround, you could have something like a dot dot dot. So the turnaround is going from the 5 to the 4 to the 1. And I'm thinking on the turnaround, you have it going. Sorry, but so you're playing over and over, but then it goes to the 4, back down the 1. But on the turnaround, where you go something like that, real simple stuff, but in my opinion, it kind of makes a song because it just adds that little bit of coolness to it. So it would be a tut tut tut. So I'm gonna give you a preview to the next. That's this instrumental. It's pretty much done. I could probably play it live on Saturday. I've been given the opportunity to play 5 songs at the Blues on White of my own choosing. So I always like playing my own music. Although in this band that I'm working with at the Blues on White, it's Gary Martin's band, and well, Gary Martin's the leader of the band. What we do is we play a lot of R&B and blues and Motown and other songs, other compositions made by other artists. So playing my own music is something I'm cool with doing. Whatever, I just love playing. So whether I'm playing my own music or the hits, it doesn't matter. However, I just want to be able to play like I was part of this writing of the song "Problems" with Roger Stanley and a band called Three Times of Blues, and that song became a favorite of a lot of people 30 years ago, and they still like it. They still like the song. So people have recorded the song. Maurice John Vaughan recorded the song. B.J. Emery, who played with Maurice John Vaughan's band, also recorded a version. And I'm not sure how many people out there have recorded Problems, but that's the name of the song. Anyways, I can't remember what my point is, but oh yeah, what's going to happen on my next live stream? I came up with this, something was bothering me that happened on Saturday, and so I let it not fester, but it was in me, and it was churning in my soul, because it was one of those things, churning in my mind, churning in my soul. Because you know, when sometimes things happen and you deep down inside you're going, no, that's not right. And it's a bit of a judgment call, I guess. Anyways, it was kind of bothering me, and so I came up with I dreamt up these lyrics, and I'd like to tell you them, but they're on the phone, of course. I don't write them on paper. I do all my composing on the phone, so I'm probably going to have to get another phone so I can add this information to you while I'm on live. But anyways, what I'm going to do is probably compose something to the effect of maybe a poem, maybe a whole complete song. I'm not sure yet. But what this thing is about hustlers and people that, kind of overstep their boundaries in certain places, and a lot of times it goes unnoticed by people. So this is what this next composition is going to be about. So stay tuned. I'll probably bring it to you tomorrow. Trish and I decided that, I kind of decided that these live streams are something I got to do every day, because I'm still recovering from illness. It's not mental illness, but it caused some I can't say the word. Basically, my brain's not functioning at 100%. Not that it ever was. I'm still kind of recovering from that and trying to working towards making it better. So, and you probably remember some of the videos in the past from Hammers Without Handles. I talked about how much getting sick or having a heart attack can affect your mind, and all the other things that can go along with it, like COVID, and all that mess. And so, yeah, it's a bit of a work in progress. However, it has not affected my creativity or my composing abilities, songwriting. They call it songwriting, I call it composing, song composing, because I don't write music, I don't know how. I can write drums, like I can write drum beats. That's the only music I was ever taught how to write or read, and because I was a drummer a long time ago. And so here we go. This is the first. This is the first one. Tomorrow, I'm wanting to do this again, and I'm not sure how long they're gonna last. I wasn't sure how long this was gonna last either, but I know it's important to get this stuff out there because the music industry is changing so fast. So why not, when you're composing music, put it right online so people get it fresh ideas. And living where I live, I don't know why. I live in a big city, and like Edmonton's not a really small place. It's a pretty big place. The number of musicians that I know that know how to compose music or are willing to compose their own music are few and far between. I would say it's less than 1%. So I think, which is totally fine, that some people are mechanics, some people bake bread. The thing is, I don't know if that's a good comparison, but being able to play other people's songs, super important. Why? I think a lot of people, when they go see a band today, and this wasn't the case 30 years ago, but today I think a lot of people want to hear music that's familiar to them. So that's kind of what's going on, and I think it's great. However, I just know that I'm a songwriter and have been for a long time, or a song composer. Songwriter, I guess, same thing. And I perform the music in bands in front of people. So, and that makes a big difference, because sometimes I think what happens with a lot of other composers is they compose music, but there's a courage factor involved when you do that. So when you get up in front of an audience, if you're in the back of your mind thinking these people are going to judge my song, you're going to be screwed as a songwriter, because you're never going to ever get to play your stuff yourself in front of people, which is totally fine. People can do that, and they can have other people play their songs. So, which I've kind of learned myself throughout my life. I've been composing ever since the end of high school is when I started. Actually, it was going back before that. I was really young when I started making up songs, which is the same as composing, I guess. What's my point? See, that's my issue I've got today. Forgetting what I was making a point of. Anyways, on that note, since I don't know what I was going to say, I will, if I remember, I'll bring it back in the next thing, but it was probably not super important. Oh, yeah, that's it. Songwriters can write songs for other people, and those people can play those songs. They'll learn to play them. So I or could write a song, or you could write a song, and you might not be the person that wants to go out in front of people and play your song. You can take your song and contact a company that I'm not going to give the names out of these companies because I'm not getting paid to. I wouldn't be getting paid to do so. Those companies can. They basically sell your music, or they introduce people that you don't know to your music, and those people can choose to record your music. And when they do that, that's how a lot of people make money in the song composing, or making up songs or songwriting. That's how they make a living. So yeah, it's funny. The bass player asked me on the weekend, you're not. How do you get by? How do you survive? I just told him I'm a songwriter, and so enough said. Other things, but it's kind of an interesting situation. So that's our little tune that I've composed. And I can show you where it is on the guitar too if you're interested. So all my riffs are kind of like that. When I compose stuff, they're very simple. But I've watched myself play. People come out now. This is really new to me, but since I've been working at the Blues on White with Gary Martin and the guys, people come out with their phones and they videotape, or not videotape, but they record the audio visual, and they post it all over the internet without your permission. They just do it. And since they've been doing that, I've been listening and watching myself play, something I never really liked to do, especially when I knew it was being done. I really didn't like it, to look at the video or listen to it. But now, when you don't know who's recording it, and then they post on the Facebook, or I don't know if I can say that, but when they post it on the World Wide Web, on whatever platform it is, you can actually, I can actually look at myself. And what I've noticed is that when I'm playing the guitar, I'm playing a lot of stuff, and you can hear it, but it doesn't even look like I'm moving my hand. And I don't know if that's something that's just me, that I've been told I'm very lazy, and so maybe when it comes to playing guitar, I'm lazy, and I don't move a lot. Maybe it's got to do with dexterity and stuff. I've had 2 operations on both my hands, so they're not the greatest hands there are. Don't really need them for composing music. You can compose with your mind. So that's the riff for today, and there'll be more every day, because for some reason lately I've basically been coming up with riffs every day. Something else that I'm going to be doing, since this is kind of the first one of a new stage of every day, boom, 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 putting this out there. I come up with riffs over time. Maybe 5 years, I'll come up with a riff, and then 5 years later, or now, I could come up with another riff, go through my catalog of songs, go through my songs, and find out that, oh, this riff I came up with 5 years ago actually works with this riff that I just came up with yesterday. And that is something else I'm going to be doing in composing, because some of the songs I've written in the past, especially with Trish as my collaborator, she'll say, "Hey, you know what? That riff sounds like that other riff that you played me a long, long time ago." And I go, "Which one?" We figure out which one it is. Guess what? We put the two together. So 1 + 1 = 2. Anyways, we put the two riffs together and they become part of a new song as one song, which is what I probably do that the most. Sometimes it's 3 different riffs will equal a new song. So what you're probably going to get out of these live things is immediate music as it's forming before it even goes through the recording process and the marketing and the radio stuff. You'll be able to hear these songs, and they do I have songs that are played on the radio. A lot of people don't know they're mine, but whatever. So what was my point? Yeah, we're gonna compose songs, and that can be what I think people are gonna get the most out of this, and what Trish has said to me about it is that not only you're gonna hear the stuff that we come up with for songs and composing, but you'll also learn that this is how songs are made, and there's a whack of ways to do it. What I've learned in my life is that a lot of real successful songwriters, wouldn't say I just study them. I was just a fan of their music, just like anyone else. Your regular guy, oh, he likes the Rolling Stones, he likes the Beatles, whatever. All these bands kind of have gone on record describing what I'm just saying to you right now live, which is really, to me, was a big surprise. I thought, do I even know how to compose a song? And the thing is that you don't. I don't know if it's really something you know how to do. However, I think it's important to have a background in music. Like whether your dad was a DJ, Post Malone, perfect example. His dad was a DJ. Probably Austin probably heard music. His name's Austin, and he probably heard music all the time from everything because his dad was a DJ. And when you're a DJ, you got to play everything because you got to pretty much try to satisfy everyone. So when he writes a song, I'm not sure the way he does it's pretty advanced compared to what I come up with, my method, and so maybe his method's similar. But a lot of these songwriters say the same thing. This is how they come up with, how they create songs, how they create music. So it's a real fascinating process, and I think eventually, what I'd like to do with this is take everybody who's interested on the journey of how it's going to go from this to a recording you're going to hear on the radio or a TV show, because they can use music like that anywhere. And people are watching this, they know how it goes, and there might be musicians that go, hey, that's a cool riff. That would fit in my song that I'm composing. Great. Because the more new music we have to listen to, I think the better the world is, so. Music is awesome. So until next time, that's all I'm going to do for today. And tomorrow, like I say, I might dream something. I dream a lot at night, and I wake up and boom, I'm coming on live from now on, because it just, when it's fresh, I think it's going to be really cool to wake up with a riff on my mind and broadcast it. And in case you don't know, the reason I say that's probably going to be a cool thing, There's a song called Satisfaction. I Can't Get No Satisfaction that was recorded by the Rolling Stones. It's on lists online when it comes to the top 100 songs. I think it's number 4 on the list of all time. So Keith Richards made a statement that he composed that song in his sleep. He woke up, grabbed a tape recorder or cassette recorder, and recorded the riff with his guitar. Ba, 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 da, da. And the next day, he listened to it, and, that was the beginning of the song Satisfaction. So, lots can happen when you're dreaming in your mind, but it's so important to get out of bed or turn on the tape recorder, which is what I do, as well as a lot of people, and just record the melody, record the words, record just the idea. But you have to, what I found is I have to record enough information so that when I do wake up and have a cup of coffee in the morning or whatever, then I know, this was something I came up with in my sleep. Where can I go with it? And so it's important to have a little bit of content when that happens, like really something to go on. And so that's what that's my method, and it's similar to, I would say, at least 80 to 90% of the songwriters that I'm familiar with have a very similar process. So, and I don't know if anybody's going on there and showing other people how to do this that are musicians or people that are just interested in how did that song become real, How did it become a song? And so I think that's what this ride will be, whether or not they're played on the radio or on people buy it on MP3 or whatever all those platforms are, Spotify, Tower Records. That's a long time ago. Whatever way you go to buy your music, even if you go to YouTube to get your music, it's you can do it. What's my point? Yeah, that's it. I think that's it for today. A lot of talking for one riff, but that's how it is. The riff means something, and this is stuff I'm gonna talk to Trish about, and probably tomorrow we're kind of gonna come back with a whole new deal for you. And we'll see. We'll see what the night brings. Now I'm gonna try to figure out how to shut this down. Okay, stop. Have a good whatever it is that you're in wherever you are. Good day.